All right. What's going on, everybody? We've got ZOUN in the top left side of the map. It's the winners match of GSL Round of 8 Group B. MARU's in the bottom right. And what a cool group this is. If you guys haven't already watched the previous two matches, go back and watch those. We've been casting this whole group in order, putting out one video a day, which means there will be, after this match, tomorrow night, we'll have the losers. And the night after that, the deciders match as well. So really fun matches so far. A group with MARU, ZOUN, Rogue, and Shin. And pretty good bangers so far, right? Really good. Now, of course, I do think MARU's favored in the head-to-head. I haven't looked at the stats between him and ZOUN. I have a feeling it might be one of those ones that's very one-sided, but I'm not fully sure. And it looks like MARU's going to start with an NG Bay block. This is a matchup where you can see ZOUN's checking for proxy barracks on the left, but he's not checking for eBay block just yet. Oh, he's coming back to the right, though. Oh, he's going to see it, just barely. Nicely done, and he can pull 2 more probes. He's just going to pull 1 for now, and when he confirms the... Oh, no, pulls 2 more, yeah. And I think if you scout it this early, you don't need to pull 4. Normally, you pull 4, but he scouted it so early, he should be totally fine. And you can see that's a nice shutdown there. It's not going to get much more done. Go Cybercore before Nexus. Squeeze 1 more probe in while you're chilling. Actually, you don't even need to squeeze that probe in, but because you want to go Nexus pylon anyway. But I guess you can do 21 pylons. So one more probe is fine. He's queued up 2, which is a little surprising to me because I feel like, yeah, he clears the... I was like, don't you want to go Nexus pylon straight away? There we go. Nexus pylon, and then he'll queue up another probe and a gas. Okay. Great play for ZOUN. MARU... Not really getting a lot of success there, but I feel like MARU is very unfazed when his eBay blocks and his proxies get caught. MARU's always been one of the smoothest Terran players when it comes to adapting. He flows from one situation to the next very well. Being an early game savant and a late game god, it gives you confidence to play from behind. There's a level of chill you have when you know you can kind of make comebacks from pretty much any situation. And I think that's what allows MARU to stay calm. A lot of the time, StarCraft players get in tough situations, something goes wrong, and they go, I've got to play even better now. And it actually has like the opposite effect. It makes them play worse because they're freaking out. They're like, I got to be perfect. Ugh, I'm behind. Oh no. And MARU just looks so chill when he's behind. He's just like, yep, been here 1,000 times before, been here 1,000 times again. I know from experience, being behind doesn't affect my win rate as much as other players. Other players go, I know from experience I lose from this position. MARU goes, yeah, I still probably win from here. Doesn't matter. And of course, this is not a crazy advantage anyway. An eBay block's not that big of a commitment. Coming forward here. Reaper coming forward. Ooh! Careful, Adept. Careful. All right. Reaper's going to see the Twilight. Adept will take you out. Gets a grenade. Just going to deny those probes a second or 2 of mining on the way out. Second gateway in the wall off for ZOUN. And a Hellion sneaks out. This is a pretty chill 1-Rax expand for MARU. Going to be going for a tech lab on the factory. Looks like he will swap over. Now, I'd say the weakness of MARU's play in PvT is that he plays Banshee probably 60-70% of his games. It's so predictable. And as a result, MaxPax is really good against MARU because he's one of the best at defending Banshees. Problem. Everyone knows MARU's going to go Cloak Banshee every game, a tech which is meant to only really work very well as a surprise. And he still regularly kills 15 to 20 probes with those Banshees. Now, it's never as simple as it looks, StarCraft. Part of you goes, well, these Protoss players are dumb. Why don't they have Observers and Stalkers at home? But he's very, very good at knowing which angle to come from, often pairs it up with a distraction elsewhere. If he sees you're well prepared, he'll just hide the Banshees, wait a few minutes, come in later when you've forgotten. Hey man, there's Banshees that are still, they never ran in and died. They're still waiting for that moment. So MARU's really excellent at finding damage, and I really feel like for any other player doing it this predictably is a bad strat, but MARU, where there's a will, there's a way. I remember this first crystallizing 8 years ago, 2018, playing Creator in GSL on Acid Plant. Banshees got scouted, shut down, did no damage, but he just kept them alive, hit them in a corner of the map. And he waited so long, where the commentators were like, well, these Banshees did nothing. This is really bad for MARU. And after like 5-6 minutes of different skirmishing and other things going on, everyone, casters, everyone forgot about those Banshees. They came in, they killed 25 of Creator's probes and basically won the game. Everyone had forgotten about the Banshees. Any other Terran would have used the F2 select all army button and accidentally pulled them away from the corner where they were hiding. Not Maru. Oh! Well, hold my beer. Never mind, guys. Here I am talking up his Banshees. Loses one immediately. Recall energy's there. He's not going to recall. He could have recalled the 4 Stalkers and the Obs. Going to rely on these 4 Stalkers and this Observer. Should get a bit of damage as the Observer cuts the corner. No, he could have sieged up and got a volley maybe, but as it is. Oh, he baits a scan. Nicely done. Gets a Marine as well. 6 probes is totally fine for ZOUN. The fact that he killed one of the Banshees, which means even a shield battery would defend in future. You just leave a few Stalkers plus an Observer tracking the Banshee. Everything else can focus on pressuring Maru on the front. ZOUN should be blinking down there. And that's a mistake for Maru. He gets two more probes, loses the Banshee. And now you get full Blink Stalker control. Robo Bay goes down, charges on the way. Already getting up to 6-7 gateways. 6 gateways, I should say. Yeah, not 7. Thought it was 7. Stalkers. Uh-oh. Observer sees it. That Observer needs to run away. You know Maru wants to scan that Observer. He already escaped one. And he wants to kill the Observer so badly. Maru's like, get over here. I already wasted a scan. I'd say this is a lead for ZOUN right now. Experience tells me that there is no such thing as a lead versus Maru. His push always hits this like narrow margin just before your Colossus is out and you just die. There's no third command center at 6.5 minutes. Maru's very committed. His attack is going to hit in 55 seconds when +1 weapons, stim, and shields is all done. And the Colossus hasn't started. If you start a Colossus now and chrono it, you can be good, but ZOUN doesn't have the gas. He's only got 3 gases. His Stalkers do escape. There's the Colossus. Oh, he's supply blocked! Okay, there we go. Comes out of the supply block. He chronos it. From what I said, that Colossus is never ready for this push when Maru does it. Maru, I don't know. There's tiny Terran build order details that he changes. Delays his third command center, delays his SCV production. And he hits this so sharp. And again, there's a decent little Zealot count. There's a sentry there with Guardian Shield energy. He's going to have to fight, I think, is ZOUN. He forces the siege up. Charge is ready. I don't think force fields. You could try for the force fields. I think you should go Guardian Shield. You want to wait for Colossus, though. Good pullbacks. There's already been a stim. ZOUN's going to fight. I don't think that's a good idea. If you lose a gate and a battery, it doesn't matter as long as you don't lose the Colossus. Ooh, okay, the Colossus comes out. He's watching those. Zealot flank comes in from the south. Beautiful engage for ZOUN. Maru making it really hard to clean up, but he will clean this up. And if those Stalkers blink forward and focus down 2 medevacs, he can get 1 more medevac. This is an absolutely game-winning hold for ZOUN. Beautiful opening for ZOUN. He's in a great position. And as much as I said that push was really scary, ZOUN just bought time as well as he possibly could. Maru goes for a desperation drop to buy time. Recall's ready, but there's no energy on the natural. And you can see ZOUN is pulling home, but he's going to have to pull those probes quickly. Otherwise, he's going to lose quite a few. Maru making the best of an awful situation right now as the second Colossus is about to pop out. These units do come back, grabs a pylon, picks up and leaves. Nice move for Maru. Third CC's up. Maru's, of course, way behind. He's going to have to keep dropping. He's going to send a single Widow Mine to the left. Anything to keep ZOUN pinned at home. Because he knows if he gets hit by 3 Colossus right now, he has no answer. Unfortunately, ZOUN's Colossus production has been lacking today. There's been multiple moments where he's been supply blocked or idling the Robo. And I don't mean to stare at his mistake right now, but finally starts a Prism. But I feel like he could already be halfway to a 3rd Colossus by now. Chat did a stats check for us, by the way. Apparently, ZOUN, obviously not favored versus Maru, but does take pretty frequent series versus Maru. It's not like Shin, where he'd lost 30-plus series in a row to Maru. So ZOUN is quite competitive with him. ZOUN's always been... Oh! Oh! Oh, my lord! Okay, gets a full medevac. Another one escapes with just 3 hit points. Another mine drop comes in, though. Love that Maru's just trying to do the minimal commitment for the most distraction with these mine drops. This is really smart. But yeah, ZOUN, he beats Clem a fair bit as well. ZOUN has this way of punching. You look at his overall, like, is he ever a favorite to really win a tournament? Not really. But he's dangerous for pretty much everyone he plays. Like, he can beat Cyril in late game. Doesn't do it very often, but he's capable of it. He's got one of the better late games of all the PvZ players. He can take series off Clem, off Maru. Very dangerous player. He's got fantastic builds. I call him Zest 2.0. Is a nickname I like to give him because his build orders are very tight. Maru's Widow Mine drop doesn't really get much more than distraction. Stalkers blink in. Good spread there to minimize the Widow Mine damage. Bit of a YOLO for ZOUN. I think it's a good YOLO, though. Oh, those Widow Mines do get some good splashies on the Zealots. This finally got cleaned up. That medevac will go down to the Stalker Warp in. No Guardian Shield here, but the Warp Prism on the front line, it's pretty good. Disruptors are starting to come out. Double Robo and Double Forge. It's got to transfer workers. It's about 2 minutes past that main base losing its mineral patches, but you can see ZOUN did the transfer 3 workers rather than all 8. Classic noob mistake. It's kind of sad because guys like ZOUN, they used to do this correctly, but at some point, players got lazy and stopped transferring workers on the set timer. Stalker's going to be blinking back. You guys know that I know that's me nitpicking, but it's I see almost no pros transfer those workers consistently anymore. They used to do it as well. And I'm like, guys, you were playing back then. You used to do this correctly. At some point, you got lazy. Bad habits sneak in, even for the best players in the game, man. The guys like MaxPax never had those good habits because they came in much later and they kind of learnt their own way. But MaxPax is so fast that he makes up for it. Is ZOUN taking a bit too long to finish this game? Or is he just being careful and securing the victory? Because Disruptors can take pot shots for a long time. These Colossus, though, have now hit a weak point where 7 Vikings can deal with them pretty quickly. The Marauders are trying to bait those shots further away. Good job by MARU. Zealots are going to be careful. There's a little spready of units going out the left side. These Disruptors aren't really doing much. 5th base comes up on the forward. 2-2's on the way for Protoss, but 2-2's almost done for Terran. If you don't fight before 2-2's finished, MARU might be able to take a really good fight. And like, I like that ZOUN's being careful. He's kind of dancing on the edge, which I love. That's the best way to pressure a Terran into losing the game. It's also incredibly dangerous because now the Terran might be given the time to now come in with a spread of Marauders from 2 sides, land a sick EMP on your face. Pretty good EMP. Not quite as bit juicy as I thought it was going to be. And maybe fight you with that double upgrade advantage. A few good EMPs, maybe a few good Viking volleys. It's a dangerous push here for ZOUN. ZOUN! Oh my gosh, not the time to shove you! Anti-timing. 2-2 just kicked in, but the Vikings do not deal with the Colossus. They deal with the Warp Prism. Good move or bad move? I think it's a good move. Because now there's no reinforce on the front line. ZOUN stayed here too long. The Vikings clear the Colossus. There's nothing left on the ground. It's a handful of Zealot Stalker. Oh, a lot of Zealots do come in though. There's not that many units for MARU. Even though he's got the upgrades, he's outnumbered. He needs extreme efficiency, and that's not really what he's finding. He's still down 600 in the trading. ZOUN's taking another base up here. Not sure why he hates this one. I guess he's clicking it now. Gonna get the rich gas going as well. ZOUN's only on 3 gases. He's very gas starved, so this rich gas is huge. That's a massive advantage in this scenario. Chat says MARU's cooked. I mean, if his name wasn't MARU in this situation, I'd say he's in a pretty bad spot. But this is MARU, man. There's only 5 Disruptors. It's just a Zealot Stalker army with equal army supply. Like, ZOUN has a good economy advantage, but all he's building is a 3rd rover. He does have a Dark Shrine, but no Blink DT. If ZOUN got a Prism in the back and had 16 Zealots warp in right now, I'd have a different take, guys. But as it is, I think this is MARU. He's not out of this game, and in fact, he's building an upgrade lead. The Bio's trading really well. He's controlling space, so the Disruptors aren't doing anything. He's maxed out, and ZOUN has wasted too much time. I think ZOUN should have committed to the fight a bit harder, a bit more intensity with the poking in and out while he had equal upgrades. Disruptors starting to get some pickoffs. Stalker's doing good. 12 gateway reinforced, 3rd robo coming up. ZOUN's maxed. He doesn't have a massive income advantage. 2-2's now here. It's equal upgrades again. Gets a ghost. I like that. Blink forward. Still very fragile for MARU, but now with the planetary on the right, Caduceus reactor coming in. That's double medevac energy regen rate. Really good upgrade. Whoa, really good upgrade. Stalkers come in, trade a Stalker for a medevac, but of course, 2 more Stalkers go down. I think the one in the back might have been friendly fire. Not sure if he targeted his own Stalker in panic there. DTs are starting to warp in. If they could sneak into the natural, it would be good, but there's turrets there. ZOUN's doing a great job of picking at MARU efficiently. Like, I actually love what ZOUN's doing. It's just, I worry because of urgency and the lack of urgency in what he's doing. 3-3's about to kick in, plus 2 ship weapons. We'll no doubt see lib range. And when MARU gets lib range, he very rarely loses this matchup. I think one time he got it against Clem on Mothership, and Clem beat him with Protoss, but that's Mothership. It's a really good map for Protoss late game because they get 1 billion bases they can expand to, and it's also Clem's Protoss multitasking. Stalkers get another Viking. Dude, ZOUN Stalker micro has been really good. Disruptor's getting jumped on! MARU YOLOs! He targets all but one Disruptor down before the fire completes. Another Disruptor does land, scaring him back, but I think this is a pretty good fight for MARU. MARU sees an opening. You give him an inch, he'll take a mile, and quickly, ZOUN has to run home. He's building 3 Colossus at a time, trying to chrono them. That Disruptor gets caught. He has no Psystorm. Psystorm, the best spell in these scenarios to stall out a push and just buy you time, but he never made Storm in this game because he was playing in Mineral Heavy style. He's able to remax on Zealots. He's got 3 more gateways coming, and they'll buy you a little bit of time, even just tanking damage, which is perfectly fine. I think ZOUN should hold as long as he doesn't panic. When these 3 Colossus come out, there's not that many Vikings, only 4 of them. But no +3 armor making, and remember, it's 3-3 for Terran right now. MARU picked his moment very well. Coming in with a Zealot Surround pre-Colossus, a dangerous move, but a beautiful Zealot Surround. Fighting pre-splash damage, is it a game-losing mistake? I do not know. The Zealot Surround was so excellent, I kind of love it. But I love the way MARU also focused those Stalkers down to kill the high-value targets. 5k resource lost advantage for MARU. He's going to try and stutter step away here. Gets a few of those Stalkers down with the focus fire, but he's also losing a lot of Marauders. Ghosts taking damage. Vikings kind of wasting time killing an Observer, but I mean, you've got so much to manage right now. No shade at MARU for that. It is hard when you're getting pursued like this across the map. ZOUN may be chasing too far. A few Marines and Widowmines looking to flank from the north. He's got Zealots coming in as well, though, and I think it's actually MARU who might be overcommitting to the middle of the map. Zealot Stalker fighting as well as they can. The retreat is here. Dude, he attacked the rocks! Don't attack the rocks! ZOUN with an unfortunate miss volley on the rocks. Loses his Colossus. He's got 3 more building here. I don't know if MARU even knew this base existed till this moment. He finds it now, and he's like, wait, what the hell? You've had this rich gas the whole time. Oh my gosh. And ZOUN actually loses the game there and taps out. Wow, he's actually out of bank. He spent his whole bank there. MARU focusing all those Stalkers down, drained his bank, traded 8,000 resources more efficiently, weathered the storm. MARU's dead, Pig, he's dead, he's done. His name's MARU. If his name wasn't MARU, we can call it earlier, guys. When his name's MARU, the normal rules do not apply. Alright, guys. MARU in the bottom right side of the map, ZOUN in the top left. ZOUN had control of that game. Beautiful shutdown on the Banshees. I was kind of setting up that cast, getting ready for MARU to kill 30 workers and just win the game like he's done so many times with the Banshees. But ZOUN shut it down, got control, defended the first push, had complete control over the game. But MARU's upgrade timings were really tight, and he was so decisive when that 3-3 kicked in on going out and hunting him down. That's always the thing. Like, every time I play a situation like that and I'm trying to poke and prod, I'm always so paranoid about them splitting their army and coming in from 2 sides, and MARU just did so well. Focused most of the Disruptors down. There's a very narrow difference between the Disruptors being ever so slightly faster to fire or further back and landing 3 Disruptor shots versus only landing 1. And what a night and day difference that is. Alright, probe dancing around. Gateways there. Going to be seeing, obviously, MARU had to get placed elsewhere. He's now doing the immediate scout. It's just a very safe build that also messes with the Terran build order a little bit. And you can see Cybercore into Nexus. The Nexus always goes down just after 400 minerals. It's just not worth sending an extra probe down that early just for that. And he's actually going to do 20-second pylon. Reason for that is he wants to get back into the main to mine. I actually still think it's more efficient to start this probe earlier, but I could be wrong on that. I'm more of a Nexus before core guy. Core before Nexus. Bit safer, gets your gateway unit out earlier, can get across the map, scout, apply some pressure, but it delays the second gas and the probing as well as that Nexus coming up. Is this MARU's first scout, guys? Yeah. Okay. I was like, oh, we're not going across the map? Yeah, he doesn't know anything that's going on. So he's like, let's double check. Make sure there's not a proxy gate about to send Zealot Stalker in to kill this command center. Of course, this is GSL, guys. So none of this is going to be on a patch test. I'd love to be casting a lot of Pro Series on the PTR, but I think there hasn't been too many tournaments running on there. We're trying to run as many weekly cups on it as we can. Expose all the bugs, the meta problems, different things that need adjustments, but for the biggest tournaments, we're still going to be mostly covering non-PTR games here on Pigcasts until it gets to there being more fantastic, good matches on the PTR. epic matches, close matches, and big meaningful tournament matches. At the moment, Maestro's, the game is on, GSL's on, and that just means most players are, of course, very focused on those tournaments on the current balance rather than testing other things. So not the best time for that patch test, is it? But, of course, I will be trying to post any good series we get onto the YouTube as well as casting those if I can find the replays. Maru's going to lose his Reaper here. He sees a very standard-looking setup. Second gateway, battery, somewhat defensive setup for ZOUN. Third gateway goes down now. This looks like a Marine Medevac Cyclone pressure. Will move across the map. Extra barracks going down. Factory and Starport going to move around to build some add-ons. This is a single cloakless Banshee, I think. It could be a Raven. Feels to me like a single cloakless Banshee. I'm not sure why it feels like that. It just does. But I guess I'm just thinking that because the reactor's here. It is, in fact, just the Raven. ZOUN predicting the move. 2 Stalkers in the main. 2 Adepts in the natural. Solid defensive setup. And got to break the vision with that Stalker. Goes back in a bit too deep. Takes a little bit of damage. Cyclone also, as well as the Medevac, get peppered though. They have to pull back. Don't want to risk losing them. Bunker on the natural. Interesting bunker placement. Not very centrally located. Allows you to put your tank a bit more on the right side, I guess. Starport builds a Raven, swaps off the add-on. So he's going to get both barracks on the tech labs immediately. And it looks like Maru's calling ZOUN out for being a defensive player. Remember running, what are you talking about, Big? He's not building tanks. So he does a light pressure, makes a Raven, and then straight to 3 barracks on tech labs and reactors. Stim, Marauders, Shields will start, Medevacs will start. He's basically skipping the safe stage against 4-gate blink, 3-gate blink. And I think part of this is he saw a shield battery. He saw a very defensive stance. And he's just like, yeah, okay. I mean, I showed you a Medevac. I think I can get away with this. I think in general, you're not hero. You're not max. You're definitely not parting. You are not a guy who's going to YOLO into my base with Blink Stalkers every game. So I'm just going to play a bit greedy. I'm up a game already in the series. I think this is very wise decision-making for Maru. Three more gateways are on the way. Robo Bay also. Cyclone and Raven, very good for sniping observers. ZOUN's wise to keep that back. If he wants to scout, he shouldn't go any closer than here, and he should go into surveillance mode. Surveillance mode, a very wise choice. Look at this move out timing, guys. Stim Shields is already coming in a few seconds. It's barely 6 minutes. And already you've got this scary Stim army coming across. What have you got? An Immortal. A few slow zealots, a few blink stalkers. Cyclone gets the observer. This is really scary, man. Stalkers damaging the Raven. Stalkers picking off a few Marines. Nice micro for ZOUN, but can he actually survive? Battery comes in just in time here. Cyclone does good damage, takes down one of the Stalkers. Stim comes in, auto turrets go down. ZOUN wise to back away. He doesn't want to lose this base, but I just don't think he can necessarily save it. He's going to lose his third, and Maru, large and in charge right now, continues to advance. He figures, hey, as long as I don't see a Colossus, I got to keep fighting, man. There's no reason for me to pull back against this little gateway army. There's only one Immortal, no Guardian Shield anymore either. That Sentry is kind of low on juice. I think it has just enough now for a second Guardian Shield. Colossus is about to come out, so ZOUN's just going to go for it. Does take some Widowmine hits, though, and oh my gosh. Oh, the Colossus denied it, like 99% complete. That is so nasty. It pops out now, starts to hit the Marines, but he's already lost so many units. And as I said, it's so common to see Maru finding these windows when the Colossus is not out and crucial damage. He's just so good at it. Third CC was heavily delayed by that, but he is very happy to be playing 2-base against a Protoss 2-base. Let's lose a Marauder on the left side, but gets a Stalker on the right. Chat's right now discussing the bugs on the PTR, saying the changelings are maybe meant to be intended, them doing damage when they die. I think it's not. And there's definitely bugs, because apparently, someone told me, I think it was Winter told me, if a changeling goes off, not only does it damage air units, it also damages units inside transports, which is something which I don't think anything else does in all of StarCraft 2. So if you've got like a bunch of Marines in a medevac and you 5 changelings die underneath, the medevac will take 50 damage, but the Marines will die inside the medevac apparently. I haven't seen it. I haven't actually seen it. I should go test it. It's pretty funny if so. I love these mine drops. Maru's loving his mine drops. Nice low commitment way of buying time. Beautiful play. Completely shuts down that one. This one. Ooh, look at that. Threads the needle. Does the probe see it? Oh, he's zooming in. Colossus are there though. Can't really drop into 2 Colossus. Just going to hide in the back for now. That's the correct call. Second eBay Armory on the way. He's up to 5 barracks. 4 tech labs. Oh, Maru's playing the old Euthermal noob-friendly style. Many years ago, Euthermal's Terran School, it was the first time I saw someone say, just build 4 tech labs, 1 reactor. Standard is 3 tech labs, 2 reactors. And Euthermal basically said, look, if you're a noob, Marines are just going to die too much to clumping into splash damage. You're better off just going 4. And he said, but also this is something I like to do because even I feel like I mess up too much and my Marines just die. And I was like, that does make sense. I still often build the 2 reactors, but I very regularly regret it later on. I'm like, man, if I just had more Marauders and Ghosts, this would be so much easier. The Marines have better firepower for clearing Zealots with their damage rate, but they're such a glass cannon, it can be very dangerous. Engineering Bay and Ghost Academy both going down. Oh, nope. eBay saves, Ghost Academy does fall, but he starts a few Ghosts before it dies. So as long as Maru remembers to rebuild it, he'll be fine. Oh, ZOUN multitasking, nice move. Maru does counter drop in the top right, but he has to cancel his 4th command center here. Run his SCVs off the 3rd. Raven gets sniped. Can he get damage on the other side? He manages to get a few probes there. Did he go Widowmine drop at the same time, guys? I don't see that Widowmine drop on the map anymore, but I see 11 probes going down. I don't think the drop killed 11 probes. So I think maybe he dropped Widowmine on either this base or this base. That cannon's on 0 kills. This cannon's on 0 kills. I don't know what happened. Maybe it got F2'd, actually, that mine drop. Maru stabilizes, though. He did lose 13 SCVs as well. I think he's okay. He's got his 1-1 is now finished. He's got +2 halfway done. +2 starts almost immediately. Maru's upgrade timing second to none in this game. 2-1 upgrades are on the way. We've got a 4th Nexus. Vikings moving out to the right. Warp Prism's going to go down. Maru just establishing control over his corner. But with a quick 5th base, I think ZOUN can easily bounce back. He's got a Dark Shrine coming in before even getting a 2nd Robo. That's ambitious. So this is, I want to sneak DTs into your base, your natural and your main while we're fighting elsewhere. This is not the, I'm going to make 12 Blink Dark Templar and blink them on a planetary fortress. Ghost Academy very slow to rebuild. Maru finally remembers, builds a 6th and 7th barracks and a fusion core. Canceling the 4th command center earlier did really slow down his growth. Just now securing his 4th as ZOUN saturates his 5th. Vikings moving forward on the right. And good snipe on the obs. With only 1 Robo, it's really hard to replace that. He's been building Immortals. So ZOUN going for a bit of a meteor core to the army. Immortals are incredibly tanky. 100 shields, 200 hit points. And they have that hardened barrier. So for a few seconds, when they take the first damage in a fight, it'll block a bonus 100 damage. So effectively, it's a 400 hit point unit for 4 supply. Very, very buff. Drop still hiding in the top right. 2nd starport's here as well. Both players building up. And the question once again is, how do you beat a maxed out Maru with good upgrades? And I'm starting to feel this may be a 2-0 just because that supply gap against the late game god. ZOUN's going to go for double prism. Just built 2 warp prisms. So he's going to try and get in the back. Do a big warp in there. But I feel like without Storm or Disruptors, like this army cannot possibly beat a maxed army. No Storm, no Disruptors. He's going to go 16 Gateways. This always, to me, feels like an army that should never win unless you're ahead on upgrades and money significantly. We're later to max out. We're up in workers, which means our army will be smaller. I don't really believe in the main army. It's if the Prism catches Maru way out of position, maybe. But oh my gosh, 3 turrets and Vikings on patrol. Maru is so safe. Look at this defensive setup. He's got Libs mines there. He's got Bio and a Planetary on the left. He's got Marauders cleaning up the Zealot. Vikings in the main. Scanning to see that ZOUN's still expanding. ZOUN is only on 3 gases still. ZOUN really needs to take 2 gases. Protoss players in general are just way too slow to take gases in this matchup. If you're floating money in your max, you need to take 3 or 4 gases. Because otherwise you're not even going to be able to rebuild like Dark Templar, Disruptors. You've only got 2 Robos. And this game's like, it's already in late game, you know. This is not a game where we're finishing this before Maru reaches late game. He's already there. It's a small looking army for ZOUN. He's trying to distract here. There's no Vikings, but the EMPs do land. Prisms are going to go in. They find the natural. It's the Zealot DT drop. Not a bad move. Without Warp Prism speed, not amazing. The Bio immediately stims back to deal with it. Main army on the left is where the real damage could be found. He gets 1 building command center. I don't think he gets the next one, though. Good pullback there for Maru. Oh, he does get it. Good focus fire for ZOUN. Command center is one of the juiciest targets you can get. Only got 8 SCVs, but does kill a few command centers. And where are those gases? Come on, ZOUN. Don't forget your gas, mate. If you want to take Maru in late game, I feel like you need 3 forms of splash damage and a lot of gas to do it. Just Colossus is not going to cut it. Not in late game. This army is going to... It's already like past its expiry date. I wish ZOUN would be pivoting and then just looking for like a way to trade this army out in a decent way and replace it with something good. But obviously, I think there's questions about what Protoss has that's good at this stage of the game. I think if you're playing other Terrans, there's a lot of good comps. Well, a few. Against Maru? Ugh. Maru with range libs is a force to be reckoned with. He's building 4 libs at a time now. Did forget to set this rally point on the 2nd starport, but as that lib count grows, so difficult to find a good fight. ZOUN's got mass gateway coming in. He's about to be at 21 gateways. Plus 3 armor and plasma shields on the way as well. As Maru does pick up in the main, and at the same time snipes this base on the left. Very well played. Ooh, libs are sieged here. Stalkers could try to blink on it. Going to try and pull back these extra libs and do slightly more defensive sieging. Marauders, Vikings coming in from the left side. Dark Templar coming in as well. Zealots and DTs hitting that base. Nice command center snipe for ZOUN. He's got to get these Stalkers out, though. I like the movement for ZOUN. Very nice movement. Denying this would be nice, actually, with these Zealots, but wants to pull back for now, knowing Maru's going to be quick to respond. Colossus Zealot Stalker comes in. Stalkers just dive the libs. Doesn't have enough Stalkers to kill them. He's got to get out. That's a bit of a bad trade. The Vikings are now going to chase. No longer is Maru scared, and with no Storm to fall back on, no Disruptors, there's nothing to stop him chasing. This is always the problem with no Storm, no Disruptor, is Terran at any point can just stim their army, and the only punish for that is Colossus, which are just nowhere near as impressive as Storm or Disruptors when it comes to the raw amount of splash damage output. This is always the danger of playing Mass Gateway Man with no dynamic splash damage. Pure Gateway Colossus Immortal start to fall off at this stage. There's no gas in the bank as well, so we can't really afford to rebuild here. And it's just going to be mostly Mass Zealot Stalker Remax. So as long as Maru's careful about not taking a bad fight, he should be good. It's only part of Maru's army here, but it's a very scary force nonetheless. The Stalkers are going to blink forward. The Zealots are going to YOLO. The Libs do get overwhelmed. Maru has overcommitted. He has to get out of here. The Vikings should be toasted here. Stalker's going to chase down many of those. And a couple will escape. Some of the Bio gets home. The Bio Lib down here will clear that Nexus as well. He's got a Planetary to fall back onto in the middle. One Ghost goes down. Zealot Stalker attacking here is a little crazy, but I think he feels like it's expendable, and anytime he's focusing down these expensive starport units, ZOUN feels like he's getting pretty decent value. On the other hand, ZOUN still with no gases. Fourth gas. Fourth gas did go down. Never mind. He's taken a 4th gas. That's this one here. But of course, the ones in the main have mined out. So he's only on 2 gases mining now, and one of these 2 is about to run out. Gonna take 1 more gas. 1 at a time. So slow. I get he's trying to kind of all in with Mass Zealot, but so slow, man. Maru's actually really low on gas because he keeps losing this middle base. Taking gas here, but he needs to put workers onto it. They got pulled off earlier. Maru struggling for gas as well. Feels like Maru doesn't have urgency on his side, and he doesn't need to have urgency on his side. because these bases are very hard for Protoss to defend. They're the only advantage bases Protoss can get over you to mine more of the map. And if you look at the units lost tab, there's already a 7,000 disparity. So as time goes on, MARU should win this game unless ZOUN can make a big play happen. Prism goes to the right with those Zealots. Big army on the left trying to find an angle. Zealots pulling back to the right. Observer's going to take damage as well. Oh! Widowmine land. Stalker's blinking forward, taking out some of these libs. Zealot, Stalker, Immortal doing what they can. And we'll see how it goes. Prism on the right side does get blasted. The Zealot's pulling back over there as well. Feels like MARU counterattacking is an unnecessary risk, but also he'd already lost that base in the bottom left. As long as he doesn't lose this planetary, this is good for MARU. Oh, but that's a big if. No, it's not. No, it's not. EMPs, Marauders, planetary to fall back on. He's fine. Those two Colossus can chip at him, but I don't think they can bust through. As long as he uses the planetary to tank, I think MARU's good. Going for this is a crazy attack. ZOUN with the Immortals, though. He busts the planetary way quicker than I thought he'd be able to, but the Zealots have been cleared. Another massive Zealots comes in. ZOUN! Wow, that Zealot reinforced the Immortals to bust the planetary. Super cool play for ZOUN. Dude, MARU should not have taken the base trade. Splitting his army to the right, he killed the base. But the Immortals, he overestimated the planetary's ability to hold. The Immortals busted through. Even though ZOUN's army gets cleared, the Zealot reinforces big. This game is still nail-bitingly close. He moves in with the Stalk because he wants to focus down these, but I think ZOUN's overcommitting. And remember, he's not got a lot of gas. He's only able to build 2 Colossus at a time. He's got to wait for these Colossus to come out, maybe build a third one, and join up with more Zealots. But MARU's economy just got minced. MARU losing the bottom left while sending half of his army to deny this base, I think was a mistake. I wouldn't have minded MARU splitting like just a double medevac off. You know, 20 supply of units, but he split like 50 supply away and left himself very exposed. I was not expecting that. 65 damage in Immortal shot, guys. I think that's why the base went down so quickly. Those Immortals are absolute busters of the planetary fortresses. And look at the focus on the air units. Every Viking lib medevac getting focused down, and ZOUN winning in late game against MARU. Defying the expectations. Remember, he went into the late game behind as well. That is impressive. ZOUN is not a player you can ever sleep on. All right, guys, we've got MARU in the bottom left side of the map. He sneaks an SCV out just before the immediate probe does arrive, and he's going to build a barracks outside his base. So he's pretending to proxy barracks, guys. He's just trying to make ZOUN potentially overreact. I think he's going to do single gas to make it look like a proxy marauder. So then ZOUN's going to be like, oh, and I think if ZOUN is like me and goes double gas one base Stargate against proxy marauder, no, he takes the second gas. MARU doesn't fake it. So ZOUN needs to check the second gas. That's the most important thing for him to look for right now. Guys, the most important thing when you scout proxy barracks is you need to check at a minute. If they don't have a second gas at 1 minute, they're proxy maraudering. He waits a while, he goes back, he sees the gas, which means he should just go Nexus. So this doesn't really bait an over response. I'm always curious when players do this, because I'm like, isn't the Protoss player just literally going to do the exact same build they always do? Like to me, this build order baits 0 response, except maybe going Cybercore before Nexus. I mean, definitely it would swap me to doing that, but I think ZOUN probably already planned that anyway. So yeah, I always wonder, like, what is the follow-up? How does this give you an advantage, MARU? Well, okay. Yeah, well, I mean, if you're just going to full send, that makes sense. Okay, he's hiding his factory. He is, he's going hard or going home. Okie dokie, oakley dokely. Oakley dokely. Second gas goes down. ZOUN does not build a Nexus. So because he was going to build the Nexus, but he decided to wait. And he said, if you're not building a factory here, you might be doing a Marine tank all-in on one base. A 1-1-1 proxy all-in. So this is actually what MARU was trying to bait, was the proxy response. And now ZOUN doesn't build the Nexus, and MARU's just going to float the barracks and factory back into his base and play a completely normal build, while ZOUN is like, what is happening? He's sent 2 probes at a Zealot. He's scouring the entire map. He's making 3 gates on one base. Oh, MARU, you meme lord. This is very clever. It took me a while to understand what he was doing, but you got to realize that proxy 1-1-1 has got back in the meta recently, especially on like Winter Madness and 10,000 feet. Players would proxy below the Protoss main and then like siege elevator into their main base. And it's really hard to stop on those maps. And I guess maybe it's good on this map as well, because MARU has just completely tricked him. ZOUN's going to run up here. and feel his heart sink. He's gonna be like, what? What is this? He's gonna be like, you freaking mind game. I think honestly, double expand, bro. I would take 2 Nexi right now if I was ZOUN. He's already got 3 gates. He might be tempted to do an attack. Oh, he's gonna just go all in. Okay, this doesn't work because the Reaper's still alive. Yeah, you have to, the moment this Reaper's dead, chrono probes and build 2 Nexus. He's building a proxy robo. That does not work. You have to go double Nexus right now. Because he knows it's coming. Maru is he's Maru. He's not stupid. He's going to leave his tanks and bunkers on the high ground. He's going to build multiple tanks, multiple bunkers and marines. There's no way this works. ZOUN. You've got to stay flexible. Terran is not a flexible faction. He has to be so careful about expanding. You can deny his natural for a while here and double expand and be okay. I kid you not. It's not a good position, but it's very playable. I might be exaggerating. I'm sure there's a Protoss player out there like Pig. It's not very I'm not saying it's good. Playable is not good. 20% chance is better than what you're doing here, which is like a 3% chance. So this only works if Maru massively disrespects you. I love this choice. Look at that. Empty scouting medevac, guys. This is the confirmation medevac. He's going to come in, see no Nexus. Probably just sends his SCVs back to the high ground. Look at this. He sees no Nexus and he's like, okay, boys, back. Nope. He does the Abe Simpson, goes down, and then turns around, takes his hat back off the rack, and immediately moves out. Good force field. But the bunker repair is good. Needed 2 force fields to block the repair on that. Can't quite get it. The tank splash on the ramp is absolutely massive. And Maru with some monumental mind games, playing really well here, guys. I think you can take a Nexus and still hold a proxy 1-1-1, even against Maru. So I think, honestly, if I was to analyze this, I'd say ZOUN, you should have just built the Nexus. And then upon seeing no factory, you can react pretty hard, and you don't need to probe that Nexus up. I think you can defend a 1-1-1 even against Maru while building a Nexus, though. So I think he was just a little too safe with ZOUN, and he kind of overreacted and got punished for it. And I think Maru must have seen him doing these overreactions in practice in other tournaments and said, okay, let's take advantage of that. You're playing too safe. I'm gonna bait the overly safe response and pivot into a macro game. And what a lovely way to do it. Very well played. Should be GG. Cloak has finished. No observers on the map. ZOUN has to GG. A bit of an anticlimactic finish. And this is the joys of playing against Maru, right? This is the joys of playing against the legend. I love that we've got now me with that shirt in the video. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the games. The joy of trying to beat Maru. You beat him in a macro game. He wrecks you with the early game trickery. GG, well played. And we'll see you guys tomorrow with the next series in this group. GG, well played.